Jinger Duggar's memoir has been in bookstores for a week now, and I assume that almost everyone in her family has read it. For some time, Jinger's husband Jeremy Vuolo was suspiciously silent about the book. Now, however, he has broken the silence, and like the evangelical preacher he is preparing to become, he is spreading praise. Having lived her life in the public eye, she is a naturally guarded person. Many of you know this about her, but she's done it anyway. Why? Because she feels compelled, Jeremy wrote on Instagram. "She wrote this book for you," he continued. Of course, Jinger did a courageous thing to reject the beliefs she was raised with publicly, but I want to put things in perspective. She's a former reality TV star who signed a lucrative publishing contract and wrote a memoir. It's not like she threw herself into a burning building to save a bunch of orphans. Jeremy said Jinger didn't write the book for herself, but for you who are hurting, for those whose spiritual leaders have hurt. She wants to encourage and rescue those who are confused. She knew going into this whole process that there would be hard questions, but she wanted to face them, he continued. It hasn't been easy, but God's grace has been so clearly evident. Jeremy also noted that despite his in-law's predictable reaction, he remains in awe of his wife's memoir. "I am left in awe of her eloquence, composure and strength. She has handled difficult questions so well, bold and courageous, yet kind and merciful. Watching her has taught me much about grace," he wrote. "I'm grateful she's my wife and praying that her story is a blessing to many of you." Although Jesus preached the importance of humility, the Duggars always thought it was an overrated virtue. Since Jinger and Jeremy have disowned many of Jim Bob's beliefs, his emphasis on self-promotion has caught on. Sadly, Jim Bob did not give his children much other than a famous name. Jinger could have had a prosperous upbringing in this family, but alas. As for Jeremy, he has the role of a supportive husband while chasing influence. After all, this guy is trying to succeed as a preacher in Los Angeles. I only know little about the evangelical scene in SoCal, but shyness is probably not encouraged there. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Be brave and write memoirs.